She moved quietly through the briefing room, balancing a tray of coffee like it was just another ordinary morning. Yet nothing about her presence was ordinary. Not to the man who walked in next. Not to the Admiral who suddenly froze mid-step, eyes locked on her, and whispered a call sign no one in that room was supposed to know. So tell me, what part of the country are you watching from? Drop a comment below. No one paid much attention to the young woman handing out coffee in the Navy briefing room that morning. She blended in smoothly with the hum of conversation, the scrape of chairs, the rustle of uniforms. Her blue service jumpsuit carried no rank, no special patch, nothing that would make anyone look twice. To most of the officers gathered, she was simply part of the support staff, a polite, quiet girl doing her job. But beneath the calm expression and steady hands was a history no one in that room had clearance to know. Her real name wasn't even on base records. She went by one call sign Spectre. Spectre, a name whispered only in the deepest corners of naval intelligence. A pilot who completed missions so classified that most commanders never saw even the redacted files. A ghost in the sky whose aircraft never showed up on radar and who returned with results no one could explain. And then, 3 years ago, she disappeared. No crash, no resignación, no trace. Just gone. Rumors claim she died on an unauthorized rescue op, others that she defected, and a few believe she'd been quietly retired by the government itself. No one expected her to reappear. No one imagined she would walk back into Navy command, wearing a service apron and pouring coffee. She moved from seat to seat with quiet efficiency, offering mugs, nodding politely, careful not to make eye contact for too long. But when the double doors opened and Admiral Marcus Hale stepped inside, the air shifted. Conversations broke mid-sentence. Chairs stopped moving. Hale was legendary. His stride, his authority, the weight of his presence. His staff snapped to attention. But the Admiral wasn't looking at them. His eyes had locked on the young woman across the room. She stiffened, the tray trembling in the slightest way she hoped no one noticed. Hale took one step, then another, his stern gaze narrowing as though trying to decide whether he was looking at a ghost or a miracle. Then he said it, softly, shockingly. Spectre. The room froze. Every officer turned toward the Admiral, then toward the woman he was staring at. She inhaled slowly, lowering her tray to the nearest table, knowing there was no use pretending anymore. Admiral Hale, she said quietly, her voice firm but measured. Several officers whispered in confusion. Some frowned, trying to recall where they'd heard that mysterious call sign. A few looked immediately uneasy. Spectre was a name tied to missions they'd only heard in rumors, operations so dangerous that even their code names felt classified. "You're supposed to be dead," Hale said gruffly, though there was a flicker of relief in his eyes. "With respect, sir," she replied. That was the point. Before anyone could ask another question, alarms blared across the base. A red emergency light washed over the briefing room walls. The intercom crackled. Unidentified aircraft approaching restricted airspace. All senior personnel report to command center immediately. Hale looked at Spectre. Spectre looked back. "You knew this was coming," he said. "I didn't come here to serve coffee," she answered. "I came because you were the only one who would believe what I found." Hale nodded slowly. "Then you'd better come with me." The officers parted as she walked beside the Admiral, some still stunned, others suspicious, a few openly intimidated. But no one dared to question the urgency in Hale's step or the calm focus in Spectre's eyes. Down in the command center, screens lit up with radar data. Multiple incoming aircraft, no transponders, flying in an impossible formation. Too tight, too synchronized. Analysts murmured frantically. Commanders barked orders. But Spectre stepped forward, studying the patterns. "They're not attacking," she said quietly. "They're searching." "For what?" Hale asked. "For me." A tense silence rippled through the room. Spectre continued. 3 years ago, I intercepted a signal, an encrypted transmission from a rogue faction inside our own defense network. They planned to weaponize a stealth drone prototype. I stole the data and went dark. Now they're trying to retrieve what I took. You still have it?" She nodded. Encrypted in a place they'll never reach. Then let's make sure they don't reach you, Hale said. He turned to his officers. Put Spectre on the tactical team. She knows more about these aircraft than anyone alive. But sir, a commander protested. She's not even on active record. That's because she's better than all of you. Hale snapped. Minutes later, Spectre stood suited up, ready for deployment. No apron, no tray, no disguise. Just the quiet ferocity of someone who'd spent years preparing for this moment. The room watched her with a new kind of silence. Not confusion, but respect. And fear. She wasn't the girl serving coffee. She was the weapon the Admiral trusted most. As she boarded the tactical craft, Hale stepped forward. Good to have you back, Spectre. She gave a small, confident smile. I was never gone, sir. Just waiting. The engines roared, the bay doors opened, and the ghost the Navy once lost flew back into the sky. Ready to end the mission she never should have survived. Backhand index pointing right. If you enjoyed this story, make sure to hit that subscribe button. Join the channel for more dramatic military stories. Your support helps us bring these moments to life.